now I'm falling, baby, through the sky, I'm falling, baby, through the sky. It's my calling, baby, don't you cry, I'm falling down through the sky toward the street that I'm from. Oh, Broadway, here I come. Broadway, here I come. The pressure, it increases the closer that I get. I can almost go to pieces, but I'm not quite there yet. See, I've been braving crazy weather, drowning out my cries. I pull myself together. I'm focused on the prize. I'm falling, baby, through the sky, I'm falling, baby, through the sky. It's my calling, baby, don't you cry, I'm falling down through the sky. And it's a tune you can hum. Oh, Broadway, here I come. Will I remain the same, or will I change a little bit? Will I feel broken or totally complete? Will I retain my name when I'm the biggest, hugest hit? Or will I blend in with the rest of the street? The people all are pointing. I bet they never guess that the saint that they're anointing is frightened of the mess. But even though I fear it, I'm playing all my cards. Maybe you are gonna hear it when I give them my regards. I'm falling, baby, through the sky, I'm falling, baby, through the sky. It's my calling, baby, don't you cry, I'm falling down through the sky, and I refuse to go, no. Oh, Broadway, here I come. Broadway, here I come. Broadway, here I come. Broadway, here I come. Here I come. And the last thing I hear as the impact grows near, is it a scream or a cheer? Oh, never mind, I'll never find out, 'cause Broadway, I am here.
Everybody's so excited!
Oh, man. You guys are the best. Well, that's the show, so thank you so much for coming. Enjoy your pasta. Nice. Thank you guys so much for coming, spending your Friday evening with us. I hope the French fries are delicious. The mac and cheese looks great. I'm George Salazar.
And I'm Joe Iconis. And this is Two-Player Game! Have you ever done that before?
We did it in San Francisco. We did this show in San Francisco.
Yeah. Moderate applause for San Francisco.
Yeah. The homeless population there is they're very aggressive in San Francisco. We heard a story about someone from with something rotten got stabbed in the head, like a wig person left the stage door and a homeless person stabbed them in the head, and someone this is not a joke, someone threw a live chicken at an actor at the stage door, which honestly, I'm all about it.
If it's between getting stabbed in the head and a live chicken, I think you're always gonna
Stabbed
go.
in the head. Yeah.
Hello, hello everyone, and welcome to our show, now with added banter, apparently, about homeless people throwing chickens at musical theater actors. So tonight, for those of you who don't know what you're going to see, just to explain what this is, I am a writer. I write musicals. I also write songs that just exist unto themselves. And so tonight, you're going to hear some songs of mine that are just, are those. They're not from any sort of larger thing. You're going to hear songs that are from sort of abandoned projects. And you're going to hear songs from musicals, some of which you may know and some of which you may not know. And the first tune that we're going to do is a song from a musical. And what you need to know about the song before you hear it is just that it's a song from a show that's about a young person who is a teenager, and he feels like he doesn't quite fit in, doesn't quite belong, and he has a best friend, and him and his best friend are hanging out in one of their bedrooms one day, and they're sort of talking about life, and they're having this very heavy conversation about what it means to fit in and what it means to sort of like be popular and fit in with the crowd, and they're having this heavy conversation while playing a video game.
The cafeteria! Find the bad guy, push him aside, then move on forward with your friend at your side. It's a two-player game, so when they make an attack, you know you got a brother gonna have your back. Then you stay on track and remain of course. And if they give you a smack, you use your force. And if you leave your brother behind, it's late, cause it's an effed up world and it's a two-player game. Hey! Dude, you are cooler than a vintage cassette. It's just that no one else but me thinks that yet. You're just a nothing in this high school scheme, but it's no big cause you and I are a team. We like out of print games, retro skates, got a Pac-Man tattoo. Nobody here appreciates, but soon we'll be together where they do. Cause guys like us are cool in college, this I know.
You know that you are my favorite person. That doesn't mean that I can't still dream. This girl. Is it really true? I'm your favorite person. Don't ever touch my piano.
Sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, we're never not gonna be a team. High school is shit. And you gotta help me conquer it. George. It's just what we do. We make it a two-player game. Find the bad guy, push him aside. Then move on forward with your friend at your side. It's a two-player game, so when they make an attack, you know you got a brother, gotta have your back. They can stay on track, and I'll remain, of course. And if they give you a smack, you gotta use your force. And if you leave your brother behind, it's lame, because it's an effed up road into your game. Hey! Two-player game. Two-player game. Hey!
Probably should have gotten lyric approval about
Putting your name in there.
putting your name.
Yeah. You see, you put my name in the song, and then I thought I would try to be clever as well and put your name in the song.
It was good. No, that was good.
It was, yeah, it was
We should
okay.
keep it for future performances of two-player game.
Yeah, I feel like there's probably a better spot. I just kind of shoved it in there. I panicked and I was like, oh no, this is the last time I have in the song to say George's name, so I'm just gonna say it.
Yes, wasn't that beautiful?
Thanks. Oh, thank you, man. At any rate, that song is from a musical that I wrote that George stars in called Be More Chill. For the boys and girls in the audience who don't fully understand what Be More Chill is, allow me to explain briefly. Be More Chill is this musical that I and the scriptwriter Joe Trace wrote, and it premiered in this theater in glorious Red Bank, New Jersey. The theater is called Two River Theater. Yeah. Jersey strong. Premiered in this theater in Jersey in 2015, and you know, a lot of people liked it out there, but it only played for 4 weeks in a little theater in New Jersey, and after the show closed, that was kind of it. And everyone involved in the show was super bummed because we all had these dreams and these high hopes of the show moving on from Two River Theater and going to New York and who knows what else. And it became clear that wasn't going to happen, but we made an album of the show, and for reasons that no one fully comprehends, 2 years later, after we closed the show that we thought we'd never do again, the album became what is referred to by other people as a phenomenon. Yeah. And because the album has so many fans, like actually human beings who are fans of it, we were able to do the show again. And so we got to do the show this summer at the Signature Theater, and it was the most amazing thing. And you know, Be More Chill is one of a few shows that I have that I've written about young people, and people often ask me why I so enjoy writing shows that are populated with young folks. And you know, for me, there's a few reasons. I think that young people are just people, and not like some other strange species of creature. But I feel like everyone's been young at one point, right? Or we assume, and so it's something that I think everyone can relate to. And you can talk about like big issues and big things through this like sort of shared experience. And I always think of my sort of childhood and my teenage years. I obsess over it, and I think it's just something that a lot of people do, right? Don't you find that?
Yeah. You know, you saying that kind of is giving me the impulse to survey the audience, actually, because these lights are hot too. So I'd like to take a break from the stage, and let's go around and see what you know. Don't get mad, but let's see what people what people think you were like in high school. Right? What do you think Joe Iconis was like in high school?
With creative.
Creative. I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that one bit. What do you think Joe was like in high school? This is your chance. Don't mess this up.
I think he was the theater nerd that a lot of people wanted to stay away from. But look at him now. Look at him now.
Yeah, look at him now, moping around. Okay, so a creative theater nerd that no one wanted to be around. What do you think Joe was like in high school?
A geek.
Joe? Were any of those correct?
They're shockingly not that far off. The thing, I have a great friend, Lee Somerville, and I actually asked her after she saw one of these two-player game shows. I was like, "Well, you've been there since I was 10 years old. What was I like in high school?" And she said, Joe in high school was there's two terms that could be used to sum up Joe in high school, and those two terms are cargo pants with pockets and unibrow. That was it. That's pretty much it.
Sounds like a very creative theater nerd that no one wanted to be around.
Pretty much, yeah.
What do you think I was like in high school?
I think you probably had an emo face.
Emo phase. What do you think I was like in high school?
Probably the coolest guy.
A really cool emo guy. I love this. Let's see. What do you think I was like in high school? There's no wrong answer.
Nice.
A nice emo cool kid. Wow. Well, those I did have an emo phase. That is true. I did. Hot Topic was my jam. I wore one of those metal bead necklace things that were made out of an easily rustable metal that left a stain on my neck.
I never wear those because they didn't match with my cargo pants.
But I was also, a little bit of a theater nerd. I love play rehearsal because it's the best, because it is fun. I love play rehearsal and I get depressed as soon as it's done. But not depressed as in like kill yourself depressed. No, I'm not into self-harm. Dude, I swear here, check my arm. See, I just used the word to emphasize the point. Show the passion that I got. I am passionate a lot. I have mad gigantic feelings, rapid frantic feelings about most everything. Like gun control, like spring. Like if I'm living up to all I'm meant to be. I also have a touch of ADD. Where was I again? Alright, I love play rehearsal because you are equipped with directions and text. Life is easy in rehearsal. You follow a script so you know what comes next. Anywho, the point that I'm getting to is sometimes life can't work out in the way it works out in the play. Like the only time I get to be the center of attention is when I'm Romeo or Sweeney Todd again. I mentioned those were two of my best roles. Now, did you see those? Also, another great role of mine was when I played a tiny little piece of doo-doo, a Pumbaa doo-doo, in The Lion King Jr. Yes. A tiny little morsel, non-speaking part. There was no, I didn't sing anything either. I just was in a brown costume. And no matter how hard I try, it's impossible to narrow down the many reasons why. I love play rehearsal. I happiness cry whenever it starts. It's just so universal, getting to try playing so many parts. Most humans do one thing for all of their lives. The thought of that gives me hives. I have so many interests I want to pursue. And why am I telling this to you? Guess there's a part of me that wants to. There's also a part of me that really wants to do this. Huh? Joe! They're eating!
I'm sorry.
Back to rehearsal. My brain is like, my heart is like, wow. Because we're here at play rehearsal, and it's starting. We're starting. It's starting. Soon.
I get it, I understand. You were a theater kid. All you did was theater. It was theater nonstop. Theater in the morning, theater in the evening, theater at supper time, theater, nothing but theater.
No, Joe.
You're a theater kid.
Joe, no, actually. I didn't get started in theater until the end of my junior, and so previous to that, my big passion was playing the drums, which is nuts. Like, my dad's a drummer, so I followed in my dad's footsteps, and I played the drums.
I had no idea.
Well, now you did.
Well, listen, I know that we had talked about this being a very sort of intimate evening, just piano, just voice, really different from a lot of the other shows we do. But I couldn't help but notice that there is a rather large drum set just over your shoulder, right there. And I know that we haven't planned on this, and I know that you haven't played in years, and I know that I'm putting you on the spot, but I did just want to ask if maybe you'd be interested in playing a song for us. I think we'd love to hear you play songs. I shouldn't ask. I didn't mean it's totally unprofessional of me. We didn't rehearse. It's not your thing. I know.
Joe, why
you
would
moved
you?
on. I know. It's how.
Okay, fine. Oh man, Joe. You know what we should do?
What?
The song that you wrote that's incredibly emotionally exhausting and challenging. Do you know what I'm talking about?
You mean that song? No. Listen, that song is so challenging, so taxing. I've seen so many performers who try to just perform it standing up, and it's too emotionally taxing for them, and so they just collapse. It's too hard to just perform standing, let alone playing the drums, which you haven't played. I just can't allow you to do it. It's too dangerous. I simply can't. No.
Joe?
Yeah. Yes.
There's one thing you know about me. It's that I get crazy on Friday nights. 1, 2, 3, 4! Monkeys are cool, babies are too. They make funny sounds that sound simple and new. These are sounds that belong in my tiny, short little song. Oh.
So listen, boys and girls, this next song is it is a song that I wrote as a spec song. I don't know how many folks out there know what a spec song is. Maxwell, you know, I'm sure, but for everyone who doesn't know, this is what it is. When a big producer wants to make a musical out of a sort of big famous movie, so I'm talking like a really big movie. Like we're talking like Legally Blonde or Beetlejuice or Pretty Woman or King Kong, something like that. What they do is they say, we're gonna ask a whole bunch of different writers to write some audition songs. And then those writers will write what they think, like, oh, this would be like the opening number from Legally Blonde or Beetlejuice or Pretty Woman or King Kong. And then the producer will look at all of the different submissions and they will choose one writer to write the whole thing. And that song, that audition song, is called a spec song. And so I've written many spec songs in my time in this business, and I hold the notable distinction of never once getting a job from a spec song I've written. Not once, literally, I've never once gotten a job from a spec song. And I'm going to do a spec song for you guys tonight, and what is notable about this spec song is not only did I not get the job of turning this big movie into a musical, but upon hearing my song, the producer actually said, you know what, I don't think this movie should be a musical after all. I just can't the whole thing. So this never happened because of my song, which is like pretty impressive, I think. And so let me just tell you, I'll set it up a little bit about what kind of song, what this movie was. I'm not legally allowed to say the name of the movie, but I'll give you some hints. It was a Judd Apatow movie that came out in 2007, and it starred Steve Carell, and the name of it was The 40-Year-Old Virgin. And so in The 40-Year-Old Virgin, Steve Carell, he's the star, and he's sort of this guy who's kind of like a man-child, and he's sort of like a kid, sort of an overgrown kid, right? He's sort of stuck in childhood as an adult 40-year-old male. And at the beginning of the movie, we see him riding his bike to work. And I sort of imagined the opening number to be a song that has the lead character of the musical riding his bike to work. And you know how in Beauty and the Beast, as Belle is like walking through town, all of the townspeople are like whimsically delighted by her and like sort of confused. I thought that this would be like the opposite of that, where all the townspeople were just really annoyed at the 40-year-old virgin. Like everyone was just like, who is this guy? We hate him. And so that's what my opening number is. And Steve Carell sadly could not be here tonight because he does not know that we exist. We have the next best things, George Salazar.
Yeah. I ride my bike to work every morning. I ring my bell, ding ding, and make sure my helmet's tight. At every turn, I issue a warning. This arm is for left, and this arm is for right.
Honk, honk, move! Get out of my way, asshole!
Have a nice day, okay. At the red light, a Toyota pulls beside me. The pretty woman inside it gives a smile. That happy grin is enough to provide me with total satisfaction for a long, long while. And I don't have a car because of pollution, so completely not, cause I'm much too scared to drive. I've gotten pretty far in my evolution, and I don't need a lot to be totally alive.
Hey, do you know that riding a bicycle cuts down on your sperm count?
I know that because you tell me that every day.
Look at you with your polo shirt tucked into your Levi's. Now, how are you gonna get a girlfriend with your cute little polo shirt tucked into your Levi's?
I'd really like to proceed now, thanks.
Proceed. That boy needs to get laid.
I tuck my polo shirts in my Levi's, cause it looks come every person I receive tries to tell me I need something more. I mean, come on, what for? I don't have a girlfriend, I got a goldfish. She needs my attention cause she is nearly 5. I don't have a secret dream or some bold wishing. I don't need a lot to be totally alive. I'm fine with what I got, I feel totally alive. I got a Captain Kirk action figure in the original packaging I've had since I was 10. It's true, I never open it or shake it, too afraid I break it. I've had self-control since way back then. Got a sweet one-bedroom pad and a loving widow dad. Poster signed by Nazi Star, World of Warcraft avatar. 40 years of moving at a constant speed. There's nothing else I really need. And you may think that I want more than I let on, but I'm really fine, so no need to be appalled. I'm this way by choice, and what you can bet on is I'll keep moving forward, the opposite of stalled.
Honk, honk, move, asshole! Your bike is literally stalled in front of my car!
I don't have a car cause they're overrated. I don't have a girlfriend and somehow I survive. Still I've gotten crazy far, and just as I've stated, I mean what I said, I feel totally alive. Sure as the helmet's on my head, I feel totally alive. I'm the opposite of dead, cause I'm totally alive. This next song is from another musical that Joe has written. It's called The Black Suits. Ain't got no future, but I got ADD. I steal from 7-Eleven. I'm fucking ugly, but she pretends she doesn't care. She laughs and smiles, fingers through my hair. And how she must be ashamed of me. So I try and I try to change myself, but my back's against a wall. And I don't deserve all the coolness of her. I don't deserve Lisa at all. Pollute my body. She makes me feel clean, clean, clean. I say I feel like I'm drowning, and even though she don't, she say I know what you mean. Sign on to AOL and think of funny things to say. She'll always LOL, never pretends like she's away, because she likes me for some reason. And I try to change my And I don't deserve all the coolness of her. I don't deserve Lisa at all. I know I'm dumb, I know I'm ugly, I know that she is not. I know if I were her, I'd hate me. I hope that she does not. I hope that she does not. I hope that she does not hate me. Yeah, I hope that she does not. Because I try and I try to change myself, but my back's against the wall. And I don't deserve all the coolness of her. I don't deserve Lisa. I try and I try to change myself, but my back's against the wall. And I don't deserve all the coolness of her. I don't deserve Lisa. I don't deserve Lisa. I don't deserve Lisa at all. I'm wearing 2 pair of underwear, some worn out kicks, and my mangy hair could formerly be referred to as blonde. I'm just a couple years out the clink. I'll take showers in your kitchen sink. I guess I'm what you'd call a vagabond. I guess I'm what you'd call a vagabond. I've been walking the highway for a while. On my shoulder is a satchel, on my face a smile. The fragrance of the road is my cologne. Maybe I get some sun, maybe get a ride. I don't worry none, let destiny decide. Life's laid back when you're totally alone. Life's laid back when you're on your own. See, I don't have much, baby. Don't want much, baby. Don't need much, said baby. The promise of whiskey at the end of the day. A vagabond looking for a place to stay. Walk some more. I'm a green grass high and a little sore, hoping that a car will soon appear. I stick out my thumb and I let it linger, and my eye kinda travels to the ring on my finger. It reminds me of a woman who's not here. And my chest starts hurting, that's because of the heat. And for the first time in days I start feeling my feet. I start feeling the journey crushing. I'm cooling man, states in as many days, and my head's been baking in a blaze of fumes and blooms of daisies choked by weeds. I looked into the eyes of a roadkill deer, and he sorta told me, run away from here, where every man's a vulture fit to feed. Yeah, well, fleeing ain't a problem for me, 'cause if you get me down, then I guarantee I'll up and leave, and I never will return. Yeah, I'll break your heart, I'll break your back, I won't lose no sleep, shit, I can't keep track of every bridge I use and that I burn. And the nights independent and the doom is too, and the thought of what I've done to you is what sends me through the desert and beyond. Oh, stop, please, I'm up for a trade, just take me far away from mistakes I've made. Give me some release, help me sleep in peace, take pity on the broken vagabond. You see, I don't have much, baby. I don't want much, baby. I don't need much, except maybe the promise of shelter at the end of the day. Places where the bad after storm and spray. Every morning my body wanna hear you say that this vagabond can put his walking shoes away. I'm just a vagabond looking for a place to stay. I love our little, those dainty little sips of water we were just took at the same time.
I know.
We're so cute.
We're adorable.
Man.
Everyone, how are you enjoying the show so far? So listen. As you may or may not know, we did a run of these two-player game shows back in the spring before we did the Be More Chill off-Broadway run. And the show that we're doing now is pretty much the same as the show we did then, except for this moment you're experiencing right now. When we did our first run of shows, we thought that it would be really funny to do this, what they would call in comedy a bit.
Yeah.
We thought, well, let's do this bit that would involve George pretending that he had to go to the bathroom. And so George was like, oh, Joe, you'll just chat for a little bit while I go to the bathroom. And I pretend like I'm being put on the spot. And I'm like, really, George? I don't feel comfortable on the stage at all. I guess, if you have to go to the bathroom, go to the bathroom. So then George would go to the bathroom. And then the joke was that you could hear him peeing in the bathroom as I...
Now they laugh.
Yeah. As I was trying to tell a very serious story about an uncle of mine who had passed away. And And we just thought it was so funny. And we did the show, I think 7 or 8 times.
7 times with the T-bit.
We did it every time.
And no one laughed.
No.
And the whole point of it was so I could change into a costume, which is completely unnecessary. Like, who do I think I am, Sutton Foster? She hates costumes.
She seems like
She
somebody
seemed like
who
she
would.
would.
And you know what? She doesn't need to, because she's just that
Exactly.
talented.
But it would be in the bathroom over there, just hearing Joe kind of drown in the sound of my peeing, while the audience is you just hear like forks.
It was the ultimate like cigarette break moment of the show where everyone felt like, oh, this is a great time while Joe is like trying valiantly to make this comedy bit work. This is a great time to have a side conversation, check my email, really focus in on the fillet of soul that I got. And it went so poorly. But what I find hilarious, and now as we're living it, is that even though we decided tonight before the show, let's finally cut it. Let's cut the P-bit. What we have done is we've actually spent longer talking about the P-bit than just doing the stupid P-bit.
Now on our set list will be a P-bit memorial. 25 minutes.
Amazing. But you know, the other thing that was different when we did this run of shows in the spring was that at that time we truly had no idea that a few short months later we would be back on the same stage, knowing that Be More Chill was going to Broadway. I have nothing else really to say about that other than it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a dream come true.
It's nuts.
The dream is to like get to make really cool things that people love and are excited about, and that you get to make those things with your best friends. And we're just a group of best friends who stumbled upon this thing and got in a room together and made this thing, and you all love it. And we're so grateful that you do, because Joe's going to be making his Broadway debut. Long overdue. Roy Marcus will be making a Broadway debut. I've been in 60, 62, 63 Broadway shows, so. But this one will feel like the first one. You know?
Yeah. But this one will feel like the 42nd. So thank you all for all of your support throughout this whole crazy process. And so now, looking ahead to further shows, I have been developing this musical called the Untitled, Unauthorized Hunter S. Thompson musical.
They know it!
Insane. And so, for those who don't know, this is a biomusical of Hunter S. Thompson. Hunter S. Thompson, he was the writer of many great books. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas is probably his most well-known work. But he was a writer, a journalist, most popular in the 1960s and 1970s. He was a huge counterculture hero. He was a really wild character. He wrote about politics, about what was going on in America then, which is very similar to what is going on in America now. And he wrote about the American dream. And he had a sort of crazy personal life. He was an insane drug addict, and he was really liberal, but he loved guns, and he had a peacock fetish, many things. He was an insane man. But he surrounded himself with this sort of band of social activists and celebrities and assorted misfits. And one such misfit is this guy, Oscar Zeta Acosta, who has been played in our workshops of the Hunter musical by George. So George, why don't you tell the people about Oscar?
Yeah, Oscar is also a crazy drug addict, larger-than-life figure. Very not a Michael Mell type, which is kind of fun to get to work on. But so here are some like buzzwords about Oscar Acosta. Gun and briefcase. So you would go to the courtroom and would sometimes wave a gun around in the middle of the courtroom. Barefoot in the courtroom, which is just weird, but you know. He also had he was a civil rights attorney and became Hunter's best friend. And fought for the rights of the Chicano people, and fought for the little guy, and in doing that made a lot of enemies, and would have to kind of be accompanied by a team of bodyguards, and these bodyguards would carry around such traditional weaponry as hammers, pipes, crutches. I mean, like truly, it's like, but I'm not. And he was a wild man, but he had a huge heart. And so in the context of the musical, Hunter in the audience meets Oscar at this bar, and the exchange goes a little something like this.
Might I ask?
Yeah.
Who the fuck are you?
Hey, white man, do you know what I am? I'm a brown buffalo by way of Mexico. I am an attorney on a lifelong journey. I fight for Chicano power. Never met a man I couldn't devour. Never met a plan I couldn't put in place. They attack, I brace. They escape, I chase. I'm a tad temperamental, so get out my face. A mad monumental, see my dick from space. I am strength for the weak. I am speed for the slow. This is the song of the brown buffalo. Hey, I'm beastly and I'm brutish, and my fur is caked with gore. I'm the trouble you've been looking for. And you don't know I'm brilliant, cause you only hear my roar. I'm the trouble you've been looking for. And I don't ever hide from a fight that needs to be fought. And I would never filter a cigarette or a thought. Cause my mind is open, and it grows and it grows. Inhibitions cast aside. It just goes where it goes. I don't answer to a boss man, no, no, no. See, I'm a great big bad brown buffalo. Yeah. My head is full of acid, but my heart is kind and pure. I'm the trouble you've been looking for.
He's the trouble you've been looking for.
My politics are liberal, but I pack a 44, which I used to fight for those who are too weak to wage a war. I'm the trouble we've been looking for. Cause my mind is open. It expands, it expands. Every open gate I'm with these hands, leaving no path left on the sands. I'm no ordinary human, no, no, no. See, I'm a great, big, bad, brown buffalo. And if you think I'm not heavy, you got it wrong. This is my birthright, baby. And this is my song. Food. Booze. Drugs. Guns. Radical politics. Food, booze, drugs, guns, and radical politics. Food, booze, drugs, guns, and radical politics. Food, booze, drugs, guns, and radical politics. Hey, white man, do you know what I am?
You're the brown buffalo.
See, now you know. I am hanging in a bathroom at the biggest party of the fall. I could stay right here or disappear, and nobody'd even notice at all. I'm a creeper in a bathroom, 'cause my buddy kinda left me alone. But I'd rather fake pee than stand awkwardly or pretend to check a text on my phone. Everything I was half of a pear. Now through no fault of mine, there's no other half there. Now I'm just Michael in the bathroom, Michael in the bathroom at a party. Forget how long it's been, I'm just Michael in the bathroom, Michael in the bathroom at a party. No, you can't come in, I'm waiting it out till it's time to leave, and picking at ground as I softly grieve. I'm just Michael, who you don't know, Michael flying solo, Michael in the bathroom by himself, all by himself. I am hiding, but he's out there, just ignoring all our history. Memories get erased, I'll get replaced with a newer, cooler version of me. And I hear a drunk girl sing along to Whitney through the door. I wanna dance with somebody and my feelings sink, cause it makes me think now there's no one to make fun of drunk girls with anymore. Now it's just Michael in the bathroom, Michael in the bathroom at a party. I half regret the beers, Michael in the bathroom, Michael in the bathroom at a party. As I choke back the tears, I'll wait as long as I need till my face is dry, or I'll just blame it on weed or something in my eye. And I'm just Michael, who you don't know, Michael flying solo, Michael in the bathroom by himself. Knock, 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 they're gonna start to shout soon. Knock, 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 oh hell yeah, I'll be out soon. Knock, 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 it sucks he left me here alone. Knock, 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 here in this teenage battle zone. Clang, 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 I feel the pressure blowing up. Bang, 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 my big mistake was showing up. Splash, 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 I throw some water in my face and I am in a better place. I go to open up the door, but I can't hear knocking anymore. And I can't help but yearn for a different time. And then I look in the mirror and the present is clearer, and there's no denying I'm just at a party. Is there a sadder sight than Michael in the bathroom at a party? This is a heinous night. I wish I stayed at home in bed watching cable porn, or wish I off myself instead. Wish I was never born. I'm just Michael, who's a loner, so he must be a stoner. Rides a PT Cruiser, God, he's such a loser. Michael flying solo, who you think that you know? Michael in the bathroom by himself, all by himself, all by himself. All you know about me is my name. Awesome party, I'm so glad I came.
So listen, I can't believe it, but we've sort of reached the end of our time together. I know, thank you for making the aw noise. Before before we part, we just want to say a few thank yous. Thank you so much to the incredible folks here at 54 Below, to Richard and Tom and Steve, and to the great Jen Pepper who brought us here. Thank you to KJ and Amanda in the booth. Thank you to Kelsey and Alexa. Thank you to Lauren and Janice Pepper. And thank you so much. Thank you so much to all of you. Thanks for coming out and spending your Friday night with us. If everybody could do me a huge favor, and if you could tip your servers extravagantly, because they're not only great servers, but they're also really great people. It's just the greatest group of folks in the whole world here. So tip them so much that you regret it tomorrow morning. And as I'm sure some of you know, we have an album out of two-player game. And so if you don't already own it, buy the album, because there's nice packaging and stuff.
And there's 2 tracks on there that we've never done live in the show.
Yeah. So
Yeah, go do it. Is that someone's birthday? Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
We're not gonna. What is your name?
Abby?
Abby?
Abby, happy birthday,
Let's do
Abby.
on three. Happy birthday, Abby. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday, Abby!
Yay. Seems cool.
Happy birthday, Lila.
On 3. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday, Lila! Okay, happy birthday, Jessica. Whatever. Yeah. And so, you ready to do our last song?
Yes.
Let's do it.
The time has come. I'm flying away. Mouth is numb. Heart don't know what to say. And although I'll be out of sight, dear, no, I'll be right here forever, ever, ever, ever. And when you look to the night skies, don't think of goodbyes. Think how I'm right here, ever, ever, ever. Thank you for teaching me lessons. Thank you for listening to mine. Man, you know how to ride a bike now. Don't be scared, you'll be fine. And although I'll be out of sight, dear, no, I'll be right here forever, ever, ever, ever. And when you look to the night skies, don't think of goodbyes. Think how I'm right here, ever, ever, ever. Come, no, you can't come with me, stay. I wish I could goodbye. I know it's hard to say. Come, no, you can't come with me, stay. be right here forever, ever, ever, ever. And when you look to the night skies, don't think of goodbyes. Think how I'm right here, ever, ever, ever. And although I'll be out of sight, dear, no, I'll be right here forever, ever, ever, ever. And when you look to the night skies, don't think of goodbyes. Think how I'm right here, ever, 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 ever.
The most genuine of audiences. So we got one more tune for you, and this is the finale from the Untitled, Unauthorized Hunter S. Thompson musical. And this song in the show is a song that is sung by a great number of people. It's like a big company number, all different characters, and then it's like a big group. But tonight it's just going to be Georgie and myself. And the only thing I think you need to know about the song is that Hunter S. Thompson, when he died, he in his will had that his ashes should be put in some fireworks, which were to be exploded over his home.
I never cared about caring much before. I rolled my eyes and even texting was a chore. I was your average heartless kid. Then one day Mrs. Waring handed me a book and said, "Here, read this book. The book is by some guy who's dead." I read it, and I'm glad I did. It was by a person who I never knew, but the words made sense and the message too, and it made me fired up and made me care. And I wasn't scared, I was not alone, made me wanna make something of my own, something wired up that I could share. And that person I would never see just totally affected me. Is that legacy? I assume. Kaboom. Kaboom. I never cared about fireworks before. I thought that they were just for babies, nothing more. I was your average fucking kid. But then I started giving things a second look and realized fireworks were kind of like that book. And I'm really glad I did. 'Cause they're a thing that you hold in your hand, and they're dangerous why we gotta make a spark, which makes a flame and then we'll leave its mark for someone else to find. And that person who lived dangerously makes me braver than I used to be. And now I'm fired up in how I care. And I always squeeze my bloody heart and I let it drip into my heart. And wow, I'm fired up, I see the flare. And the light that shines on the distant shore is the light I will be aiming for forever, so bright.